What's up? I'm back. In this segment, I'm going to talk about first matter, enter the trees. The trees are a crucial part of the environment, a crucial part of your spiritual growth. It was said that Buddha sat under a tree, right? And the shamans from Central Asia, which is probably the only people that could really use the word shamans to describe themselves, always said that what a lot of the people missed was that the tree itself gave Buddha enlightenment. When the Hebrews and the Egyptians depict the tree of life as a diagram of your consciousness, as a diagram of the hierarchy and the worlds above you, it's by no coincidence that they start with a tree. When you look at the Fool card of the Tarot, which is the highest symbol, the Fool is the highest symbol in Tarot of the source because it's the Fool, it's the energy in its most pure form. You see the Fool holding a branch, right? Or wand, I should say. The wand, as any real magician has, is one of the centers of what your magic, whether it's a wand or staff. And that's because the wand is from the tree. And when you have the wand, it's symbolic of you and the tree merging in a sense. And the wand becomes a symbol of your will, of fire, of the mental. And it becomes like your arm, basically. It becomes like an extra arm. This is why in the Harry Potter movies, obviously, they always had the wands. And if you look, whether it's African systems, Wicca of Europe, Egypt, you would always see people or the gods have wands. Not always, but a lot of times you will. And you definitely would see it for the sages as well. The staff or the rods of Moses, let's say. Because in different cultures, they kind of, I should say, highlighted different trees. Every culture has their own tree that they would say is representative of the tree of life, which is the source of all things. And in a sense, the reason why that really comes in because there's no higher representation of implemented the true goal, which is your consciousness, than the branch. The wand that comes from the tree branch. And sometimes, when you're making a wand, you yourself actually let it. You go in the park and you let it come to you. You look at all the branches and you see which one calls out to you. That's the tree. In shamanism, tree spirits are the oldest plant spirits and are usually definitely beacons of wisdom for all of nature, in a sense. And in a way, sometimes trees are known as first matter because you would always be using them for your magical work, whether it's consuming them for your health, which is also a form of first matter. In order to do real magic, you gotta be healthy. So you're gonna be consuming the food from the trees, or you have the branch from which creates your wand from the trees, or even your medicines will come from the trees that you create for yourself, which aid your health, or could even make your magical potions. A lot of magical potions are made of flowers and leaves from trees. Believe it or not, a lot of leaves from trees actually, they could be made for potions. So in a sense, sometimes people don't really understand that the connection between mankind and the tree is everything, and that's why on the first tarot, highest symbolic of the source energy, the wand is here because that's telling you a part of the tree that you will use for your magical work that will help you connect to that source energy, which is crucial. So trees are something that you cannot really dismiss. You know, there's some people now who practice tree hugging and it helps create psychological effects. I mean, in science, you can't even argue with the importance of the tree. Tree even could cool environments. From the leaves block out sunlight, they could cool environments, which makes it more pleasant. Trees basically are things that every culture, whether you know it's the Egyptians, the Nordic cultures, everybody will have different trees: the willows, the oak trees, the acacia trees, different trees, La Ceiba trees, different trees that they will have as representations of the tree of life, which is the highest form, or like the highest symbol on the planet, to get back to return back to the essence that you're supposed to be. Right, the tree of life was supposed to be able to rewrite the wrongs that we did, and in a sense, and rewrite the wrongs that we did. It doesn't have to get religious. It just means it's a map, a blueprint to get back to what you're supposed to be. So, in essence, being that the trees are one of the oldest plant spirits, remember this: nature has a chain. It kind of goes. Humans are the most disconnected, so we're in the bottom. Then animals come. Then after animals is plants. trees are the highest of the plants. So they're definitely beacons and that we're supposed to be using. And in a sense, that's been lost. So it's a shame that you would have people talk about Buddha, but they don't tell you that Buddha was enlightened by a tree spirit, and trees are all around you. And sometimes people don't appreciate them the way they're supposed to be, and that's because of a lack of connection to nature. So trees, you look up alchemical texts, and some of them would have trees as prima materia, first matter. That's basically what they're telling you. The tree gives you the medicine, right? No question. Obviously, it gives you oxygen, stuff like that. But it gives you the medicine, it gives you the food, gives you the wand, and in a sense, once that happens, that's when your body and your mind will have the building material that's needed to implement your magic or to implement your health being at its highest level, if that makes sense. And at that point, that's why even when we say the tree of life, we're giving props or kudos to the trees and their roles in getting us back to where we're supposed to be. So, in a sense, I would suggest start looking up trees, start looking up information about them, start going to the parks, just sit under them, start to appreciate them for what they are. And I would say, out of a lot of the nature spirits, they're gonna be grumpy, so you're not gonna really like. It's gonna be easier to connect to animal spirits, even regular plants and trees. But it's part of a process. The reason why it's gonna be easier to connect to those things is because trees are the king. So before you talk to the king, you gotta talk to his royal court first. But you don't go to any country not knowing who the president is. Same thing. You don't try to get back to nature without realizing who's the king. So I was short and sweet. Hope that helps. Till next time. Peace.